Now Heredis is going to allow me right off of the front page open a GEDCOM file. So that's handy. And I need to go back to the directory I started in, which is in Dropbox. Roots Media. That's right. I created a shortcut for it. It asks me what name to give the file. I'm fine with where it wants to put it for now. It says the file already exists. Do I want to replace it? Yes, I do. All right, and it is asking, does it want me to import media files? And does it want me to import sources? Now, I do want it to import sources. Media files, not so much. I think I'm going to do it this time, just see what happens though. And then process given name in quotes. So sometimes the given name, Edward, it might be Edward, quote, Ed, unquote, and then my surname. So it's asking me how it wants to treat names that are in quotes. And it can treat it as the usual given name, or it can treat it as a nickname. I'm going to pick nickname because most of the time I've seen it in quotes. That's why. But that's something you need to be cognizant of. How was that particular GEDCOM exported? All right, and then how do I want to handle places? I'm just going to go with what it's going to do automatically because I didn't play with that in depth. And it has recognized 4 GEDCOM tags it does not recognize and wants to know what I want to do with it. Now, we talked before about the fact that some vendors create custom fields in their GEDCOM file. And that's not a bad thing. But this is an example of either, well, I can tell you that the APID field is a field that Ancestry added. Underscore milt, underscore death cause, and alias, although I think it's underscore alias, may have been Ancestry, or it may have been another program before I imported that into Ancestry. So I have the choice of leaving them out or importing them. I'm going to go ahead and import them, but it may look a little weird. So, and do I want to assign a new source at the GEDCOM level? And no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to select Done. Now, this was a little bit troubling to me. If you look at the total person count that it thinks it's going to import, it has 3,172. That means somebody's missing. It has 886 relationships and has 661, not 667, sources. Again, that means that there are 6 sources that it couldn't read that are missing. My genealogy file contains media. Do I wish to locate that media? Again, I'm going to say no because I know it's not there. And we jump right into the program. Now, if you look at the bottom, and this is what's weird, if you look at the very bottom on the right-hand side, it recognizes 3,173 people. It's not missing anybody. It recognizes 785 families, which is interesting because it knew there were 886. So it probably differentiated things like, well, I don't know what other relationships it referenced. 650 surnames. These are just, they're not things you have to know, but some people like those kind of stats. 568 sources. So where did the rest of my sources go? So a little troubling that I don't, well, let's see. Do I have a file I can look at so it can tell me what it was and was not able to do? And this is the program when I was playing with it yesterday. I could not find a place where I could go to view a log file of what did and did work for the then there's statistics. I did find statistics, and it has some pretty graphs, But in terms of how it handled the GEDCOM file, it did not give me any information. Let's see, file information. Again, has the right number of individuals, has events, baptisms, blah, blah, blah. Media and notes in the sources. Total number of surnames, not important to me. Media, 361. I think that's shy a few. So yeah, there was no place where I could go to find out what data I lost. So that bothers me a little bit. But I want to look at one other thing. I want to look at a particular person who should have a military record, and I wanted to see how it handled that underscore MILT. And it's my great-grandfather, great-great-great-great-grandfather. And okay, so here it did not map the underscore MILT to something else, but it did treat it as an event. And in my opinion, that's one of two correct ways to do this. It could have just stuck it in a note. A little less handy. Here it's more obvious as well as simple for me to make a change. So it just treated it like a custom event, which the GEDCOM supports, custom events. So that is good. I like that. Okay, so that is Heredis. How are we doing for time? We're doing good. 2 more to go. Let me do Family Tree Maker next.